Whoa.
All good.
All right, big guy.
All good in the hood.
Ready for the clap?
Oh, beautiful.
All right.
Sounds lovely.
So, welcome to the Badlines podcast, coming to you live from Moore Park, California.
Yeah, I like BLGP.
BLGP.
We just got to keep. It's just like an acronym that a lot of people know about a certain interest group. I don't know what you want to call those people that are into that. Are we getting in the weeds right now? But anyway,
I'm out. I gotta go.
But I like that we can keep adding to it. There'll be like plus symbols and all that. Kind of stuff.
No.
Just BLGP.
No, it's the Badlines podcast coming to you live from Moore Park, California. I've got my associate Wallace and myself, Elliot.
I guess I can't do that.
No, you can't. But so we've got the holidays right around the corner, and this is a perfect time. I got you a gift. I know you didn't prepare for this, but just let's go. Just you need this. You need these things. Look at that. We got some So Bear Brewing, no drama guava sour, and then look at this, folks.
I literally looked at him like, Elliot, what's that bag doing?
Look
there?
at this. Look at this, you guys. So this guy, we did a bachelor party like a couple years ago, and we all had to wear tracksuits. And this guy got these camo like an Adidas tracksuit, but it was camo, and it was like a joke. Like no one else wears their tracksuit. I still have mine. Mine was purple. But so like it's one of those like you wear around the house, like maybe before you go to bed. This guy wears it every desert trip. I see this dude and I'm like, bro, those pants are threadbare and they're not even camo anymore. And so, oh yeah,
I'm gonna try one of these.
It's sour. I don't know if you're gonna like it. Okay. But the other one's good.
But what Elliot's saying is it was Mikey's bachelor. Mikey has a child now. I mean, he wasn't even married yet this time.
And you still have these pants.
And his kids too. And I wear these pants everywhere.
I'm surprised you're not wearing them right now. But now look, I've got
freshies.
Badlands Good Times. Badlines Good Times pants. What do you guys think? Should we make these?
Yes.
They're actually they're pretty comfy. I made myself
Where'd you get the pants from?
Dude, I got them from I sourced them. No, don't worry about it. I got them from my supplier.
Elliot, thank you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, so
is this what friending it? I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah, he didn't. This was totally. He didn't know that was happening.
I did not know, and I got.
How's the sour?
Yeah. So Bear, real quick. We do want to thank this it's a non-alcoholic brew, which actually I just bought some Guinness non-alcoholic yesterday.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you want to sound cooler, my buddy from New York, he's doing some sober drinking every once in a while. He goes to the bar. He wants to play pool, but he needs to drive home. So
sure.
When you're at the bar, he's like, yeah, you just order an NA. And I'm like, that sounds way cooler than when you say non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just get an NA. You're like, can I get a Guinness NA? Like you still sound like.
Yeah.
And it's important to sound cool.
I don't really worry about sounding cool, but yeah, that's my buddy Tim's brewery or brewing company.
Yeah.
So Bear.
No drama. It's guava sour.
I'm not a sour guy, so I
it's good.
Yeah, it's all right. The other one though is like kind of a pale ale taste, but anyways, so
one of the biggest reasons we want to thank this guy is because the camera that we're using right now is from what's his name?
Tim.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
And if you guys wanted to try some non-alcoholic beverage, this is So Bear.
But yeah, he's in like it's mainly in like Ventura County, but I'm sure like the site has the other stores that you can order from. I don't know how that works though. If you can order it or what, but anyway,
it's non-alcoholic.
Yeah,
you can just ship it.
Yeah,
I've had a few. I've had the Budweiser one is actually not that bad. I had the Guinness last night. I tried one. It was decent. I didn't want it at the time. I just wanted to have something, and so I grabbed that, and I was like, this is like too heavy for me. But I could
like a loaf of bread.
Exactly. I just had finished dinner, so I was like, this is just like if I drink like half of it maybe, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Sure.
But I'm a big IPA guy personally. I do really enjoy beer. I don't like getting drunk, but I enjoy beer.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, it is good to find a non-alcoholic beverage because like I'm not gonna go home and drink a soda. I have just no interest in drinking a soda, personally. The like the bubblies and stuff like that. So like they just I don't need.
The bubbly is like a hint of flavor.
Yeah, and then
It's
you
just a
have like
whisper.
4 of them, and you're like, I don't, I'm
Yeah.
good, I'm
Yeah.
done. And then, but I drink so much water throughout the day at work, like so, like I don't know how. It's definitely a gallon, if not more. I fill up a mason jar like I don't know 15 times. I feel like I don't know what that equals, but it's a lot of water.
Bro, you're like a camel.
Yeah, so it's I'm clearing pee for hours.
But anyway, so I think this is kind of an awkward segue into what we're here to talk about today, and that is
King of the Hammers.
King of the Hammers or
King of the Canners.
King of the Canners.
Yes.
And
King of the Canners. These are cans, people, and at King of the Hammers, and I brought this up to Elliot. There's trash everywhere, and it's mostly cans. When I went to King of the Hammers, I had my vehicle, an RV there, and I was there for basically 10 days, on and off. The only big trash item I brought that filled up most of the trash was the cans.
Mhm.
And that's like everyone else that goes out there. I brought 2 30 packs with me to share and have and drink and run around stuff. And it's the most, and I assumed because of how I did it, and even if you don't drink, any alcohols, like Jesse, he drinks a ton of like the bubblies and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like it's just a lot of cans.
cans.
Not
Sure.
not saying he's littering, but people in general, when you go out to the middle of nowhere, have canned items.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so
especially at like the major watch spots, which is
Yeah.
a bulk of the trash issue.
Mhm.
So, we're out there last year. I mean, we've obviously been out there multiple years,
Yeah.
but I would say like this. Oh, bud, is there a hole in that can?
It's a hole in my lip.
All right.
Anyways.
That got weird for me. But so we, with our kind of elevated involvement, let's call it, with Clean Desert, helping out with the cleanups over the last this last year was just our fourth year of third year.
Yes, I mean,
Something?
since they started back up, we've been
Yeah,
helping out full time with it.
So he started back up, I think, in 2019, and we weren't there for that. We were there participating with the trash, but not as far as like helping with the
I don't
cooking.
think I was there that one. I think
Okay.
the first time I ever went to Clean Desert event, I was helping cook with.
Okay, got it. So I think that was like 2020. But anyway, so we saw, I think it was, I can't remember. I know the Johnson Valley Crawlers dude Julian posted up on his Instagram a video, and I don't even know if he made it or somebody else made it, but
he shared.
I used our beautiful green screen here and kind of did an overlay of the video.
Yeah.
And using our micro soapbox of our whatever Instagram followers we had at that time, like, and we even had the forum at that point.
But realistically, what you did is you just brought attention to a real problem
Sure.
that was there. And what happened was it got traction. Why? Because nobody likes seeing trash everywhere. Like, we love going to the desert, and it's like it only takes one bad apple to ruin the punch bowl or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there might only be 5% of the people out there trashing it, but it makes it look like everyone's trashing it.
Sure.
And it's really only a couple people. Like,
totally. But so like we made that. I made that green screen video. We can put a little
of course, yeah.
little link in the bottom or whatever. But and then we made up a thread on kind of like ideas of potential remedies to the issue. And I mean, my big thing, and Wally and my thing is like, the big thing is like education and bringing awareness. And obviously we can try to talk about it on our social media platforms and get others to do the same. But we want to be kind of more involved.
Yeah. And that's, I guess we'll bring that back a little bit to like Clean Desert. Like, it's not like Adam was reaching out to people and asking people to help cook. And became our thing. But it was like, we were like, well, we cook a lot when we go camping. Like, we can help you cook. Like, how many people are we cooking for? And then he gave us a number. We're like, well, I guess we'll figure it out. Like,
yeah.
And it's more of about like, we were I've always been, you've always been somebody that just wants to participate as much as we can. So yeah, we could go up and just clean trash, but like the event organizers needed help.
Hmm.
And so we kind of stepped up and we jumped in and we started helping. And then, we actually became pretty good at it, I think. I don't know if you guys ever been to cleanups, like you tell us how our food was, but no one's complained to me.
Yeah.
So it's,
Well, and I mean, if they did, they got what they paid for, right?
yeah, it
So
was free.
that's
So
what Caleb always says. Like they'll get what they paid for. It's free. So,
yeah.
anyways, it's a
So
bad joke.
same thing with the King of the Hammers, King of the Canners is, we're not involved with Dave Cole. It's not like he reached out to us after that video or anything like that, but it was just like, man, what can we do to to one fix the issue we saw? Like we saw an issue. It's like do something, say something,
Hmm.
right? Or yeah, right.
Hmm.
Say something, whatever. See something, do something, whatever. Or you guys get what I'm talking about. And so then we kind of started spitballing ideas back and forth, Elliot and I, and then the term "King of the Canners" came from I was talking to Fred Williams and I was talking to Dave Chappelle, but Fred Williams, after I kind of gave him my spiel, was like, "Dude, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to have a little shooting range for the kids with the gel blasters. I want this." X, Y, and Z. Like, and I was all excited because I had this big plan. I'm like, dude, we can get people excited about this because this could be fun.
Hmm.
And one of the biggest things for me was like teaching young adults, like, hey, you can be cool and not trash things. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like back in the day there was that meta militia vibe of like lighting bonfires and whatever and just doing whatever and just leaving your stuff and taking off and trashing hotel rooms, and like that ship kind of sailed because it's not that cool. You know what I
No.
mean? Like I get it, the fun aspect of being free or whatever, but like it's not fun for everyone. That's selfish. And the point being is I got excited because I felt like you and Elliot and I, Bad Lines Good Times, and having the forum and our whole community could actually make a difference.
Hmm.
But what it takes to make the difference is putting a plan in place and having kind of it curate in a positive vibe. So
Sure.
we put this plan together where we had, an idea of, okay, if we're going to be able to get a booth space, and this is with Tate from Sons of Smoky and the Gambler. Okay, if we can get a booth space, we want it to kind of look like this. Okay, well, these booth space and the King of the Canner cans that we're creating are going to draw attention at different booths. So people are all talking about it. So maybe you didn't stop at the Sons of Smoky booth, but maybe you stopped at the Baja Designs booth. You stopped at the VP Racing Fuel booth. You stopped at the Rough Stuff booth or LSK or whoever we have aligned with us right now. You stopped at their booth. You see this cool can thing that we created, and we'll have a picture right here of what it is. And it's just a can crusher, but then they can talk about it to that person. So now we're just telling more people, we're having more people being able to help us spread the word. And, just basically drawing attention to the fact that like you could help, like you don't have to do a ton, but if you can you're out there for, some people go out there for 7 days. Can you give an hour of your time
Hmm.
to clean up?
Yeah.
Like not
Well,
after yourself.
well, so like we this last year we went out and we were camp with the Gambler Sons of Smoky guys, and it was like, okay, we're gonna go out to the Tread Lightly cleanups each morning that they have it. They start at backdoor,
Which
and then
is awesome, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. But the whole thing, and I think Baja Designs even was like one of the days at least was like I don't know if you want to call it a sponsor, or they were kind of an affiliate cleanup. It's like there was like 50 people max out there, and it's like how many people go to King and the Hammers?
Yeah, it's 75,000 to 100,000 in a week's period or in a 2-week period, but still,
And
50 people is a very low number.
yeah, that sucks. Like, and I mean, I'm not sure. We'll see how it ends up working out with what we're doing this year. And I mean, we're not by any means trying to take away from what any of these organizations are doing, because they're doing a great job, but we're just trying to bring more awareness on like um on a different wavelength, let's call it, from the kind of what I'm not sure what kind of advertising is going on about it, but so we're hoping that like Wally was saying, with the individual barrels at these different booths, that those it'll be that many more touches basically for people to say, hey, what's that about?
Yeah.
uh,
Well, when I thought of the idea of the cans specifically, and because trash, not it might sound weird, but trash is boring, right? Like trash is too broad. It's not the same. But then I was like, okay, well, cans. A lot of people collect cans, and if you don't collect cans today, you probably collected cans when you were a kid,
hmm
because cans turn into money.
hmm
And what money does is buy you things. And what we could do with the money, if we were able to harness any of the cans that collected, is we could take that money and donate it back to organizations like Tread Lightly or Clean Desert, whoever wants to be involved in that event, and then give them some resources to have a more and
hmm
better cleaning, more trash cans, more opportunity to take advantage of, something that we did.
Sure.
So one of the things we did, and again, we're calling King of the Can, or we have these can crusher idea that we created. And as I reached out to my friend Heather at VP Racing, and she went and had a meeting with everybody, and then all of a sudden, they gave me one, and I showed them the example of what we want to build, and it was cool. We took it out to the Clean Desert event. People seemed to really like it and thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden, they were able to donate 20 barrels to us. So that's 21 total, because we have that one.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 20 more. So we're going to be reaching out to different companies, and then kind of saving a few of them to have mounted, probably chained up or something at these,
Like
the
Backdoor and Chocolate Thunder.
yeah, just to have them around. And again, it's not for trash, it's for cans. We know people are going to not follow the rules. It's just normal. But like, the goal is to have 21 of these things running around the desert collecting cans for us.
hmm
It's kind of like a little mini soldier,
Yeah.
and it hopefully it just draws awareness that, like, you don't have to leave your can out here. At least bring it back here. I get it. Like, maybe you're on a dirt bike or something. And I don't get trashing it. Like, you should have thought about that before you took your beer.
Yeah.
But the point is we're doing whatever we can with our contacts or whatever in our voice, how big or small that is to try.
hmm
And it
Yeah.
seems to be working.
Yeah.
I'm
I
stoked.
mean, yeah. And that said, we're going to need, if you're listening to this and you want to get involved, like scope the form out.
Yeah.
We're going to have a thread that's, on there labeled.
It's already on there.
Yeah.
It's not on there now today, but it's going to be on there by the time this video comes out.
Yeah. And so, we're going to need help. And basically that help, our focus is going to be we're going to need to be emptying these cans that are around Hammertown, that are at Backdoor, at Chocolate Thunder, and wherever else we have these barrels.
Or even work the booth that
Yeah.
we're going to have, that gel blaster booth, and it's going to be fun. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a way to interact with people and talk about, just anything positive and bringing things to light. And just, again, and if you guys want to be involved in any aspect of this, reach out to us. We'll find a job for you to do. And again,
Sure.
if you're out there for one day, or if you're out there for 5 days, if you could give up 30 minutes to an hour of your time, thank you. Like,
Yeah,
we'd
rad.
appreciate it. Because like Ellie and I, this is the one big thing is that we always have a problem with, is like, how do we fit this in our own schedule?
Yeah. Like, believe it or not, we both have full-time jobs and children and
child rearing.
Yeah. So it's like not, but at the same time, like, it's, this whole thing in general is like a total passion project, obviously, but like the reality of, okay, we can say, oh, everybody's like, oh, well, King of the Hammers, that's their problem. Well, you got to look at it like this. That person that's leaving those cans at King of the Hammers is also leaving those cans every time they go camping. They're just trashing it. They go wheeling, they're throwing their beer cans out. They don't give a shit. And so, are we going to change every single one of those people? Absolutely not. But if we can get some of those people to have a heightened level of awareness to, like, hey, maybe they watch this podcast and are like, oh yeah, I'm a shitbag. I leave my Twisted Teas and Modelo's. I swear to God, those are the two most Twisted Teas. Like, Who is it? Just like I'm gonna litter. Like when they pick them up at like Safeway, they're like, I'm gonna
One,
delete
I
these
don't
on
know
the
anyone
trail.
that drinks Twisted Tea, so maybe it's just that type of person. Either way, if you drink Twisted Teas, you're on your own. You be the change, okay?
Yeah,
You show that Twisted Tea drinker how you participate.
totally. But
But
anyways,
I
just
think it's a good point. Is bringing up that it was not Dave, Dave Cole or King of the Hammers. Like they do a really good job actually of cleaning up. It's just and they spend 2-3 weeks out there making sure that place is spotless so they can get their permits the following year. But that the point is what you just made. It's not just cleaning up after that one event. That's like you're saying, that same person's doing it over and over
hmm
again when there is no event.
hmm
There is no organizers to come back and clean up after the
yeah,
children that are doing this.
totally.
And I say children because that's childish.
Well, like the whole like trash issue. Like, okay, we deal with like the clean desert thing, and it's like, okay, that's like Barstow locals not wanting to pay for the dump, and then you have like this like, okay, King of the Hammers that they're out there littering. Is that like just the like the movie theater mindset of like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just somebody's gonna clean this up, like the janitor with that little like mop like broom thing, whatever you call
What
that.
it's called.
But like, how do we like? What do you guys think the fix for the trash issue is? You know, not just a King of the Hammers, but just in general. Like, how do we further the education of people that like, hey, this shit is gonna close if we don't fix this?
Yeah.
And
And it's been happening.
yeah,
It's not, I
yeah,
mean,
like the Moab thing. I mean,
yeah, it's
it's
huge.
not necessarily trash related, right?
It's misuse of land.
Yeah.
And I mean that's all it is, and you can skin it different any different way, and we're not trying to be Boy Scouts here or anything like that. It's just, but like, if you do nothing, nothing's gonna happen.
No,
That
well,
that's like
but
if
but my thing though too is like, okay, I'm not here to like, you know, tell anyone what to do and how to live their life, but it's like I want to off road and I want my kid to be able to, and I want his kids or their kids to be able to. And it's like if we don't take a stand with this shit, it's not going to change. Like
yeah.
if everybody just lays down and they're like, "Oh, somebody else will clean that." Fuck that. Let's go. Let's get involved and do something.
Well, and I think one thing, and I'm trying to put the focus on is we gotta make, like, as dumb as it sounds, we do have to try and make it as fun as we can. If you're gonna be involved, try and make it fun. Like in any whatever that is for you.
Mhm.
Like don't go out there and just sit there and focus on how shitty other people are. Wow, why would they do? And you just like you're creating negativity or blah blah blah. But
Mhm.
like go out there with a positive attitude and just like focus on like, hey, I'm doing something good today. Like I'm stoked on me. And like just focus on the positive things.
Sure.
Is simple as that sounds, but you're gonna have a better experience from it, and you're going to draw that type of attention into your life as well. So the
Mhm.
people around you, even again, if it was one of the dudes that trashed it and sees you picking up after him, he's probably going to be like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have trashed that.
Sure.
Like this person doesn't like it. And I'm seeing it now. Like I'm seeing a reaction of somebody not liking that.
Mhm.
Like maybe it doesn't hit him that first time and maybe it hits him later, it's,
Sure. Well, I think like for me, organizations like Clean Desert, or you look at like the Gambler 500 guys, which is also their nonprofit arm, is the Sons of Smoky. They've got that app where it's like you can almost like we could go out right now, load up the trucks, and basically go on like a geocaching of sorts of like, hey, let's go find and mark trash for to pick it up later, and maybe we fill up our trucks with trash. And it's like that could be like a thing. And it's like those guys, if you check them out, like the Gambler 500, like those guys are basically decorating their shit boxes, and they're like out off-roading Lincoln town cars and stuff and picking up trash at the same time. So it's like, not that everybody's going to do that, and that might not be your bag, but like the awareness, I think is that's kind of making it like cool to some degree.
Well, and again, turning it back into like, how do you make this fun for yourselves? It's like, I could have a free Saturday or something, and I could hit up Elliot or Scott or Mike or whoever and be like, "Do you guys want to go to Applebee's?" Like, You know what I mean? Or hey, let's go grab a couple of beers, drive around the desert.
You guys want to disc
and,
golf?
and and go.
You might be.
clean up
Are
some
you into disc golf? You might be.
I think I would be. I'm just. Yeah, I don't want to knock
Dude,
off anything.
Last weekend, you're like, bro, I went bowling. It was the best. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you?
I love bowling.
What's wrong with you?
I love it. I took bowling in college.
It's full Lebowski.
Yeah, I got the spin down and everything. But I guess I'm gonna bring it back, and my point being is like it could be fun. You and your boys go jump in a truck and go load up some trash and just go find, like, see what you find. I don't know, like talk shit and hang out. Like it's more of it. You can make it fun. And God, I feel like we're just trying to be Boy Scouts of like, this is fun.
You were. You're probably an Eagle Scout, weren't you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just trying to point out that like we saw an opening for us to help in a way. So we're trying it. It might be a complete fail.
It might be. But you know what? We're going to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to see you there and we're going to have fun.
Yeah, but check the forum out. I want to say scope out because I want to like a copy of all of Elliot's fun words.
Sorry.
Scope it out.
Scope it out.
But check out the forum. We do have a spot for this. We do need help and volunteers in this space. King of the Canners, whether or not it's going to be a success because it's going to be a success.
Yeah. Losing is not an option.
No. How much of a success is a different story, but we're going to go out there. We're going to have 20 different cans. We're going to be helping the Sons of Smoky guys run the booth a little bit as much as we can. We're going to be participating in the cleanups as much as we can. We're going to do whatever it is we have the ability to do. And again, it's fun. Like, did you have fun going to the cleanups in the morning?
Yeah.
And meeting people that you've never met before and like-minded folks?
I met Dave Chappelle for the first time.
It's great.
It's a great
dude.
Super cool dude.
Yeah.
So
our hope and dream is always to just, make everything around us just slightly more positive. And hopefully this podcast is positive for you guys. I don't know. Like I enjoy sitting here and chatting. So
totally. But anyways, well, hopefully see you out at King of the Canners or King of the Hammers. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Let's go.
Bye.